Hey guys, welcome back to Extremely Annoyed. It's your boy, you better be from the Bronx. That's your boy. So Logan Paul calls out Bradley Martyn, I think about a week ago, a little more than a week ago, I think, because Bradley Martyn said this about Jake Paul.
Honestly, I hope you beat the shit out of Jake Paul.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm just being honest.
Are you cool with Jake Paul?
I am.
You got?
Yeah. I don't have problems with him. I just want to see him lose. Because he lost Tommy Fury, but he didn't lose in a way where. Because honestly, if he gets knocked out, it's just gonna be such a meme that I just want to see that. And maybe that's kind of fucked up, but that's just the truth. Because if you knock.
And so Logan Paul said this.
Yep. I think you're getting lame. I think you're getting lame as a person or a person who's either searching for clicks.
Start those beefs.
Bradley, you got to be humbled. That's what you need. It doesn't sound like you've had it yet. And I will invite you to Puerto Rico to spar with me to be humbled.
He'll do it. Bradley's a tough.
He won't. Bradley, if you're serious, I'm inviting you to come to Puerto Rico to promote my next upcoming fight, and I will spar you, and I will fucking humble your ass.
Anyway, Logan Paul basically calls out Bradley Martyn, saying, listen, I'm going to fly you out here to Puerto Rico because you disrespected my name, and I'm not going to accept that, which is hypocritical coming from Logan Paul, considering the fact that he just had Jake Paul on Impulsive after the fight between him and Nate Diaz and basically belittled his achievements, saying things like he's the weaker brother and the easier fight. That is disrespectful, more disrespectful than any person like Bradley Martyn or anyone else that can disrespect Jake Paul, bro. You have disrespected Jake Paul over and over. He's your little brother, and you spoke to him the way you spoke to him on that podcast, and not consider the fact thousands of people are watching, not considering the fact that he has the intent to become a champion, and you're belittling his achievements, destroying his confidence, and you're the older brother who has a stronger influence and a better chance to actually impact him in a negative way than anyone else can. So it's really hypocritical that you're going to call out Bradley Martyn to humble him when you have an ego the size of Mount Everest, but yet you're pathetic. You're nowhere comparable to your little brother. He's better than you in every way, in my opinion. Jake Paul is the better brother. And when it comes to the fight game, listen, this is what Logan Paul said to Bradley Martyn. He called Bradley Martyn out. He was like, I'm going to fly you to Puerto Rico, and we're going to fight. We're going to spar, we're going to record it, we're going to upload it because I want to promote my fight. Who knows who he's fighting? No one does, except his fans, maybe. Jake Paul, his fans know who he's fighting. His haters know. People on the sidelines know. He is the star of the YouTube fight game. He is not KSI, not Logan Paul, not Gib Anderson, whatever the hell his name is, not Slim Al-Bahir, not freaking nobody. Jake is the star. He is the problem child, the man, the legend, the myth, all that. All right? Nobody knows who you fight. I have no idea who you fight. Nobody knows, except your fans probably. And so is all these other fighters like KSI, like freaking Deji. Their fans know who they fight and who their opponent next opponent is. People who are interested in them. Jake Paul, everyone knows. People that who follow him, the fans, and the ones who are just there on the sidelines because they hear it. They hear it. It's in the air. It's in the frequency. Jake Paul's name is every freaking where. He's the champion of the YouTube boxing game, baby. So you're tripping, thinking that he's the easier fight when he had more fights than you. What the freak? That's an ego, bro. And that is an unjustifiable ego. Unjustifiable. And disrespectful. Absolutely. So you calling out Bradley Martyn because he says that he hopes that Jake Paul wins that or loses that fight between him and Nate Diaz. He's picking a side. He doesn't have no ill intent against Jake Paul, truly ill. It's a fight. I could dislike someone and have ill intents towards him, but I could like somebody, but I'm hoping they lose for whatever reason, whatever the fuck reason. I don't know I don't know why I'm getting into that because I can't actually see that. Okay, bro, maybe I'm wrong about this argument. I'm trying to make an argument for why I would, for example, if Jake Paul, I like Jake Paul. Okay, the fight he had with Tyron Woodley. I like Tyron Woodley. You know, I'm a fan of him. So I'm a fan of Jake Paul. Every fight before that, I'm rooting for Jake Paul. When it came to Tyron Woodley, I was very hesitant to root for Jake Paul because I actually like Tyron Woodley. But, you know, I am still a fan of Jake Paul. So when that fight happened, I was hoping that Tyron Woodley would win that fight. He lost that fight. It is what it is. Jake Paul won that fight. I'm still a fan of his, and I'm happy that he won that fight. You know, in that sense, Bradley Martyn could be a fan of Nate Diaz, and he just hopes that Jake Paul loses the fight. Or maybe there's other, maybe his intentions. I can't tell his intentions. I don't know what's in his heart about Jake Paul, and I'm not even gonna get into that. The point here is that you disrespected Jake Paul way more than Bradley can ever do. So that is absolutely hypocritical of you. So Bradley Martyn accepts Logan Paul's challenge, though he actually changed the conditions. Basically, he was like, yo, if you really have a problem with me, Logan Paul, come down to California in front of my gym. Matter of fact, let me redo that. I want to do my Bradley Martyn impression. I've been working on it. Hopefully, you guys could rate it. Tell me how it is. I do a pretty good Bradley Martyn impression. So he was like, hey, Logan Paul, come here to Cali. I'll fuck promoting your fight. I'm not with that shit. You have a problem with me? You come here to my gym. Outside of my gym, I will take you around the corner to the alley, rip the pants off your body, and rape the shit out of you if you have a problem. Where is my mushrooms? Where is my protein shake? But anyway, that's my impression of Bradley Martyn, and that's basically what he said to Logan. And we haven't heard anything from Logan because he's a bitch. He's a bitch. That's why. So Bradley Martyn accepted the challenge. He accepted it. He said something about it on Andrew Schultz's podcast and also his recent interview with Fulci 2.
Now, Logan can wrestle a bit.
Yeah.
Would you be worried at all with a person with a wrestling background?
I tried to wrestle Logan.
What
We tried to
happened?
do that. It would never happen.
Did Logan?
I don't know. I mean, listen, at the same time, Logan is, I'm not the kind of guy to be like, oh, I'm on this, like Logan's fucking, you know, maybe if he doesn't want to wrestle me, it's because like maybe he thinks he has more clout. He does. I'm not.
He has something to lose in that situation.
For sure. He's got more clout. I mean, not even going to fucking be a liar. Like the guy got more fucking.
This is obvious. Yeah. This guy's one of the most famous people.
So
on the
like
planet.
for him to take that and to lose that, there's more to lose, right?
But it would still be like a fun wrestling match between you guys.
For sure. Yeah, if we're just wrestling, I mean, I'm sure his technique's better because I know that he's done more wrestling.
Yeah.
And I know that he has more cardiovascular endurance than me. That's for sure.
Right.
He's a lighter guy. I know he's been doing. I don't know how much he's been doing. But
Right.
I like Jake Paul, man. People think I don't like him because of the shit that I said about him getting memed, and like I think he's fucking crushing it.
Oh yeah, Logan Paul just.
Yeah.
Can I talk about? Have you talked about that yet?
Yeah, well, I've talked about it. Well, basically, this is where it was at now. It was like Logan. I said all the shit that I said to Logan. Like, you know, you did this for views. This is for views. Period. Because you're saying I'm doing lame shit for views, but you're doing this for views.
Yeah.
And then I ended it with like, yo, just come fight me in front of my gym. Fuck views. Fuck money. I'll just fight you if you really think I'm that lame. No response. And then I get Jake saying, we'll pay you to fight this guy.
A different guy?
Completely different guy who I've never heard of. And then I Googled and I was like, this is like a crazy UFC fighter.
Stupid.
Right. That was the response was deflection for.
Logan likes UFC so much. Why not do a wrestling match?
I'm not talking about wrestling. I want to do a UFC
Why not do a
fight.
wrestling match? Oh, you would do UFC?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I'd want to do.
Okay.
But like,
I haven't heard any response from Logan Paul yet. Maybe he's waiting after the fight. I don't know, whatever it is. But I can say this. Bradley Martyn, if he fights in boxing, I kind of have some doubts that he's going to win that fight. But I'm hoping that he at least breaks his, Logan Paul's face or something. But if he fights him in MMA and he does lose that weight, get to the same weight level as Logan Paul, and he knows BJJ because he mentioned this, I think Bradley Martyn has a better chance beating Logan Paul, even though Logan Paul has a wrestling background and he's pretty good at boxing. If Bradley Martyn is capable of bringing him down to the ground, and if he, I don't know how good he is in BJJ, but if he's pretty good enough, like I think he will probably have a better chance winning that fight against Logan Paul when it comes to MMA. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. But yeah, that is hypocritical when it comes to Logan Paul talking about come fight me because you disrespected my little brother when he disrespected him more worse and more impactful, considering that is his little brother. Your words are more impactful to him than anyone else. So of course you disrespected him way more than Bradley can ever disrespect him. So it's pretty hypocritical of him, of you, Logan, to do that. to say that and challenge Bradley for some bullshit. And I think it's obviously all for publicity. Obviously, he just want to spar Bradley so he could promote his fight. You know, that's what he said. So I think that's the only reason he wants to fight Bradley. But not, he doesn't really have any type of like offense to what he said about Jake Paul. Like, he doesn't really feel offended by what he said to Nate Diaz on that interview or anything like that. I think it's just pure hypocritical selfishness. You know, it's like, you know, like I said, he's a piece of shit. You know, I don't know how to describe it even better than that. Like, he's a piece of shit, bro. Like, it is what it is. So leave a comment down below. Share your opinion, guys. I'll always like reading the comments. I want to know about it, and leave a feedback about these videos or my recent videos. What you think should be, done differently. You know, leave a comment down below.